What's going on, guys? It's Sunday. I'm just queuing up to get in the boot sale. It's absolutely rammed. It's 20 past 6 in the morning. It's absolutely heaving already. Problem is that a couple of the boot sales near me, one of them's closed permanently, and some of them ain't on today. They're only on every other week or every 3 weeks or whatever. So this one here is just absolutely heaving. Let's go in and see what we can find, guys. It's a busy next few days for me. I get married in less than a week. So let's get into this boot sale and hope to find some treasure. You got on the figures, mate?
The pops are £2.
What are these from? Halo?
No, that's Lex Luthor.
Oh, okay. Oh, bloody hell. How much do I do on that? Yeah, go on, I'll do that.
Yeah, that's right.
Lovely, thank you. Well, you not sold nothing today?
Oh no, it's
Oh.
anything, but it's getting a quick change.
Oh. How much for the books?
50p.
Yeah, go on, I'll take them. What have you got on that, mate?
That's £20, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. They're because I'm a comic and toy dealer, so I do all the shows and I use these on my tables.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
that's a great idea. Yeah, no,
they're pretty good. Yeah.
Batman, I think there's Turtles.
How much are they? How much you got on them each?
Kind of varies really. Some are with
Oh, you know what? I had this one.
pillowcase, some are.
I'm sure I had that one. This is about early 90s. Yeah, I had that one. Yeah.
Superman one actually earlier. I really like those pillowcases. Yeah, there's some pillowcases.
Are these some of the? Oh, Hulk. Oh, Space Precinct. Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, some are just pillowcases and some have got duvets with pillowcases.
I'd be interested in that one. That one's quite cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You got the cover for it, or is it just a
I don't
case?
have actually.
That one might be. I've got that one. Weirdly. Yeah, that'd be interesting. There's two. Okay.
These are actually the same.
Yeah, Thunderbird, yeah, it's not really for me. I'm interested. We do everything, yeah, comics, I do action figures mainly and all that sort of stuff, so. However, yeah. I've got my own one as well, yeah.
But he's also got his Star Wars, so we're kind of condensing his
Doing that.
getting bits of it, yeah.
The other thing I was looking at was my friend collected. I see you had a Roger Rabbit pillowcase. Where did I put it? Yeah. Oh, there it is. I'd be interested in that one as well. That's pretty cool stuff. I don't recognise him.
I'm sure he's from one of them. It's either.
Oh, he is, you know. I think he is.
I'm sure it was one of them.
Yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
£3 for two?
Yeah, go on. Why not? I think I'm mad walking around with duvets.
Oh, I know.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the toy room. Now, that boot sale today, I got there at like 20 past 6. I didn't get out until 20 past 9. I was walking around for 3 hours. It was huge. And I think there's a few reasons for this. And I mentioned at the very beginning of the video that one of my local boot sales is closed, completely closed, like gone forever. And now I also found out that there was another one that's been open for quite a few years that's not coming back. So there's two very local boot sales that have gone. And the problem is with some of the other ones is they're only every other week. So what I think is happening is that loads, especially with the nice weather, a lot of the stalls, a lot of people that are trying to sell stuff are just all congregate into this one boot sale. Now that is good news for me and other collectors and dealers, etc. Because it means potentially more variety. Now, as you can see on the table, there's quite a lot of stuff here. Now, this is the stuff that you guys would have seen in the clips. So, walking around the boot sale for 3 hours, my battery the battery on the camera only lasts about an hour. So there was an hour's worth of footage. Once I edited it down, there's kind of less than 10 minutes footage of me actually standing at stalls and buying stuff. I know there are a lot of YouTubers out there and people do enjoy watching the videos where people are just wandering around for an hour and not really doing too much and just sort of walking down aisles and looking at the odd stall here and there. I'll only show you guys the stuff that is relevant to what I do, what I collect, what I sell, and you know, just retro in general. So I'll show you stalls that are selling toys, that are selling, you know, potentially vinyls or VHS or whatever it is. So I managed to get a little bit of footage, an hour, but obviously there was another 2 hours after that that I didn't film, and ultimately I found quite a lot of stuff. So today, guys, total spend was around £70, I think, roughly. I've just worked it out. I think it was £75. And I'm really pleased with today. The funny thing is that some of the people I bought bits off, mentioned that they had other bits earlier, and I was quite surprised that some of this stuff that I've got here wasn't actually picked up. For example, you would have seen in the last sort of clips of the video, the lady I bought all these bits off, all these duvets and that, she told me that she had gummy bears earlier this morning. She had some gummy bear plushies, but someone took them but didn't take some of the other stuff. I've also since found out that even though I've picked up some nice duvets and pillowcases and that, another guy I know locally picked up a Mario and Zelda vintage Nintendo one, and I think it was off the same lady, so I must have missed it. I didn't spot it in the videos. She did have some Thunderbirds, some Captain Scarlet, some Mr. Men duvets, and I was just like, no, I'm not really interested. She had a Superman and a Batman one. Again, I kind of passed on that, but I did pick up some really cool ones. So let's go into that stuff first. So obviously I picked up a couple of, you would have seen that in the video as well. This was after I picked up these two Rainbow Brite plushies from like the early 80s. I think that's called a Sprite, and I think he's called Lurky or Lurker or something, I can't remember. So I picked them up off her after. I'll just put these down here. But this was the better, for me, the better stuff that I got. So I got two, let me put one down because they're the same. I got two complete Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles duvet sets. They're both exactly the same, like I said. I say Hero because we're in the UK and that's what they used over here. So the pillow's got, if you can see that, Donatello, is that? Yeah, Donatello on it. And like I said, guys, these are both identical. I'm almost positive now. The pillars are certainly identical. And then you've got the single duvet. I'll try and show you guys as much as I can. The vintage duvets are so good. Some of them like the artwork and that. So yeah, the back of it's completely plain. And then you've got, I can see Leo or Donnie on there. Yeah, you got Donnie. I can see splinters on the bottom as well. Yeah, splinters there. So that was part of it. That was two complete ones of them. I also got a complete WWF single duvet set, and these, you can tell as well, they're fresh as well, which is good. WWF Attitude Era, sorry, not the WWF like 80s, and this is the late 90s Attitude Era. So it's got The Rock, I think it's got The Rock and Jericho I can see on here. Let me have a look. Who we got? Road Dogg, I can see Edge. It's got War is War, China's on here. Believe it or not, guys, these sort of things people do want these, they do sell. Oh, and on the back they've got the WWF Attitude and the War is War signs. Again, nice, decent. And then I picked up 3 individual pillowcases. She didn't have the duvets for this, so one of them is Who Framed Roger Rabbit, really nice. This one looks brand new, to be honest with you. It doesn't look like it's even been washed, to be fair. Look at that. I know Space Precinct is not everyone's cup of tea, but I thought it was pretty cool, and seeing as I was getting a bundle deal, why not? And then last but not least, this one's a really cool one, Count Duckula. Like I said, duvets, pillowcases, people do like them. I mean, you can see here on my table I've got the Masters of the Universe He-Man duvet covering my table up. So yeah, that was quite a nice find, and I got that off the same lady. And like I said, I think I missed the Nintendo one, I believe so. I'm not entirely sure, but you know what, ain't the end of the world. I did pick up some nice bits. You also would have seen in the video I picked these two up off a lady. So we've got Adventures of Batman and Robin. What are these? This is like 90, probably about 94, I think. I can't see the date on this. 97, that's a bit later. So we've got a Cycle Thruster Batman. And this, to be honest with you, probably going to be a tough sell, but I've got a Blues Brothers 2000, John Goodman as Mac 12-inch Blues Brothers from Toy Biz, special edition. It's got like a Japanese sticker on the side. So yeah, it's a Toy Biz Blues Brothers special edition figure. I don't know, Blues Brothers probably not the most popular franchise in the world, guys, but I mean, I paid £6 for the pair, not the end of the world. I picked up these 3 Funkos. They were just on the floor randomly. This weren't in the video, but 50p for the 3. I wasn't going to turn it down. Actually, the only one I know is Chewbacca, who seems to have had his head squashed down a little bit. I have to bring the spring up on that. We got Chewie, And we've got two here that I'm not entirely sure who they are, but got some kind of sea blue goddess. Anyone know who she is, let me know. At first I thought it was gargoyles, but I don't, it isn't. And then we've got some blonde girl who's got a couple of things, and there's so many of these I really don't know, but again they were pretty cheap, so I picked them up. We've got a nice WWF Superstars Slam Jam cassette. I paid 20p for this. Really cool. Getting into the cassettes. Ed the Duck, why not? Nice little Ed the Duck. He's quite clean, he still squeaks. I paid 50p for him. I know things like this will find a loving home, so I don't mind. Not the usual sort of thing I pick up this, but a Harry Potter Dobby mask. Weirdly, these go for half decent money on the internet, so I picked that up. Yeah, unusual finds. Let me put that down there. I picked this up for one of my pals, Vic, who's banging to Airwolf. This is Airwolf the movie. It only cost me 50p. That's for my mate anyway. That's not for sale. I picked these two up. I don't know if anyone knows anything about these. These were manufactured exclusively for David Halsall, or Hassel, is that how it's pronounced, toys, which I believe, looking online, is a UK company, a toy company. Now, the reason I've got these, let me open them up. They only cost me a couple of quid. The boxes are a bit rough. They look like I've had a bit of rain and that, but I just thought they look really cool. They're called Halloween Electronic Mutants, they're called. But if you look closely at the hands and the arms, they're very much like Boglins. I mean, the arms are identical to Boglins. They've probably been cast from Boglins, to be honest with you. And I just thought that was quite a strange find. So there's one of them. Here's the other one. I don't know if they work. I don't know. I think they just light up and probably make noise. But I mean, there's another one. Again, look. You see, if you can see the hands, very much like Boglins. They just reminded me of Boglins a little bit, and I thought, yeah, I'll just grab them. But I don't think they're worth anything. I can't find anything on the internet about them, and I don't know too much about the company. So if anyone out there has got any details on them, let me know. Right, we're moving on to the good stuff now, guys. So I haven't really looked in this bag, to be honest with you. This bag here I picked up off of a lady. She had a tub of Pokemon bits and pieces. There's some Doctor Who figures in here. I said, like, what does she want for the lot? She wanted £5 for the Pokemon, she wanted £2 for the Doctor Who, and I just said, look, will you take a £5 for the lot? And she said, yeah. I just thought, just fodder really for toy shows for the kids and all that. We got a Doctor Who werewolf, the Slivine, is it? I think that was called. We got a David Tennant figure. We got another David Tennant figure. This was all part of this lot. And then I can't remember. I think they used to. I can't remember what they did. And then there's loads of like 90s. There's a big Bulbasaur in here. It looks like it was meant to make some sort of noise from 1999. And then there's loads of little. There's another Doctor Who character there, lady. Loads of little Pokemon, like little Pokemon figures. Now these sell really well at shows, guys. So I picked these up. We've got a little Meowth plush. I'm not going to get all of these out. There isn't anything. I think that's part of the Doctor Who lot. They're just. I mean, some of them are like hollow from like the 90s, and then some of them. I mean, that one's a Tomy one. I know some of these. Yeah, look, we've got a Charizard. This has got Chinese writing on it. China. I've got a Charizard pencil topper. Got a Snorlax with a little boy in. I mean, like I said, there's loads in here. Gengar, Charmander. I mean, so they're all from different lines. Oh, we've got a Tomy Pikachu here. Yeah, cool. Got another Pikachu. So there's all different bits here. I mean, I'd usually put these in like a little £1 bin. And you know, kids love Pokemon. So Pokemon is still big. So cool finding there. Like I said, guys, I'm not going to go through all of these because there's loads in there and I'll be here all day. Because, well, there's 151 of them originally. Got to catch them all and all that. Let me put these Funkos in here as well. Put that back down. Now this was a really cool find. Now this lady, on her stall, I picked up a few bits and then she was like, oh, I've got some more toys over here. So I went over there and she went, oh, I had tons of wrestlers this morning. And I was just like, oh, you know, when you think, Don't tell me that. Oh yeah, I picked these up, I forgot. You lot would have seen that in the video. I paid 50p each. They're in really nice condition. To be honest with you, for £1, I don't care. I don't think they're worth much. They're probably only worth a couple of quid each, but still. Yeah, moving on to this. What this I got off this lady. Let me just put that there. It's getting towards the end. She has some really cool 80s bits. I was quite surprised no one picked these up. The first thing I spotted were these. So these are Remco 1986, I think it is. Mini Ninjas. They're like muscle men. They come in a pack of 12. And I said to the lady how much. And she said 50p, and I thought, oh, you know what? Let me have a look at it and see what else she's got. So I've done a little bit of digging, and I found she had a couple of bags of figures. And obviously someone had already took all the wrestlers, but I managed to pick up a couple of puzzles off her as well. So we got some cool bits and pieces. Now, some of you guys might, and some of you guys might not know. This is a toy line from like is it not? Yeah, 1990. So these were made by Imperial. So Imperial sort of made like a lot of knockoff lines. These are and are not kind of sought after. So I've got 6 of the Pirates here. So I said 1990, so they're nearly 30 years old. They're a hit and miss toy line because they're classed as bootlegs. But like I said, I bought all this as a job lot anyway. There's a couple of Ewoks there, naked Ewoks. Some of these were in bags. We got a 1989 Batman, Penguin. We got a couple of naked Robins. We got a Joker. I think that's a Burger King Batman from '93. We got a nice condition original Power Ranger from '93. He's actually, the paint on the front has not been rubbed at all. We got the April O'Neil. I think she turns into like a cheetah or something, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, she's got cheetah feet. Like I said, guys, I just bought this as a job lot. Another pirate, which is some sort of knockoff. You can tell he's a knockoff, but I'm almost certain he's vintage because of the stuff she was selling. What's his name? Is it Friar Tuck, I think, from Robin Hood, aka the Gamorrean Guard. And I picked a couple of these up. She had a couple of these. You guys remember these? And these ones are 80s ones, I believe, because of all the stuff it was with. The little finger monster puppets, whatever they're called. There was 2 of them as well. Probably the coolest bit out of all that was this, which was on her on the table. So this is a WWF Ultimate Warrior Keyring from 1991, but it's like the little rucksacks. So some of you older guys will remember the key rings that used to be out back in the day that were shaped like this, like little rucksacks. And then she had some puzzles. So we've got 2 MB puzzles from Small Soldiers. These 2 have got tape on them, so it's hard to tell whether, I mean, to be fair, for what I paid, I'm not going to complain. And then probably the best one of the bundle is this nice Thundercats puzzle. And like I said, guys, she said, oh, we had some wrestlers earlier, quite a few of them, and someone took them all. But listen, you can't be everywhere every time at car boot sales, so I'm just happy to be able to find just a few bits today, to be honest with you. Right, we're getting to near the end, guys. So my second from last find, obviously none of this was caught on camera, to be honest with you. Let me just put all these figures in here, get all these little odds and sods here. So far, nothing for me, guys, to be honest with you. Nothing for me personally. I mean, all this stuff is gonna end up on eBay. Some of it will end up on eBay. Some people have already inquired about certain bits, so I'll be sending some bits on Instagram as well. So let me just grab these before my last thing. The last thing here is for us, is for me and my missus. It's going to be going in our living room. We've already found a space for it and we've cleaned it up. So there was someone selling a load of comics, because I see a guy walking around and he had one X-Men comic in his hand, and when I walked around I see the lady and I said, how much for the comic? She was like, oh, $1.50 each. And then she was like, if you take a handful, I'll knock some money off. So I've took a handful here and she knocked like 3 or 4 quid off, so I've effectively kind of paid about £1 each for it. Now I've done a little bit of research. I'm not fully clued up on comics, but I did know that these were original X-Men. They're the first run of the X-Men, not like, you know, 80s or anything like that. These are the very first X-Men comics. So I managed to pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I grabbed all the X-Men comics, and as I was grabbing them, there was another guy. He did actually say to me, have you looked at the comics? And I said, yeah, but it was Spider-Man, Marvel, team up, not really my thing, and there was quite a lot of them. There was about 60 of them. He'd done a deal with her for them, but to be honest with you, I think I picked up the best of the bunch, to be honest. So we got X-Men 24. This is the oldest one in this lot. So X-Men 24. Now I've done a bit of research online. I mean, this is in quite rough condition, but some of the ones I've seen online were in quite rough condition as well. And I think this comic can go from anywhere from sort of £10 to £25, depending on condition. So I'm quite pleased with that. But as you can see, guys, like how old it is, the original X-Men, before Beast was a blue monster, Archangel, Iceman, and that. Then we got, what's the next issue? I've got 60. Again, I did a little bit of research on this one. Again, sort of £10–15 perhaps. I mean, I can't think what year these are, to be honest with you. They're gonna, I would have thought what they'd probably be 60s, wouldn't they, or 70s? So, and to be fair, I don't know what that what number that guy was walking around with, but it was definitely an old X-Men comic. So it makes you wonder if he picked up a really key issue for like £1.50. So this one is In the Shadow of Sauron. I don't think any of these are key issues. I don't know yet. I'm not a comic expert, like I said, guys. And then I've got a run of number 73. I've got 75. I've got 79. I've got 84, and I've got 85. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 comics, guys. I think I paid £8. So yeah, just over £1 each. So, but some of the artwork on these is lovely. And like I said, you know, I'll find new homes for all of these, and potentially, you know, if I can sell them, if that's what they're worth, if they are really worth that sort of money, then yeah, I don't know if there's any key issues. It's hard to tell, guys, because some characters would have made a lot of like villains and that potentially would have made their first appearance in these sort of comics, these early comics. But that's number 79. Some of you watching this will be comic experts. So this one's in really nice condition. Re-enter the Mimic. So if it's saying re-enter, that means he's already made an appearance. That's number 75. Jesus, these are old. Sorry, I'm just looking at the back. And this is number 73. Make money, get prizes with selling $1 Christmas packs. Wow. Yeah, number 73. X-Men versus the man called El Tigre, the Power and the Pendant. Guys, if any of you can help me with any of these, if any of you know of a rough value, I mean, to be fair, even if they were worth a £5 each, 10, 20, that's 35 quid worth of comics there. So I think I've done alright. I think, to be fair, even if they're not key issues at that age, I think they're probably at least worth a £5 each. So I'm happy with that. So guys, my last find. This was my most expensive find. I paid £25, and I got this, and I picked up a Mickey Mouse Disney Store exclusive plush. It was an Easter version. And that's for my missus. It had the tag and everything. It was brand new. It was immaculate. But that's downstairs. So that's the only thing not featured in this video. Now I did give a glimpse to everyone on social media who follow me on Instagram and Facebook. I did give a little glimpse of this, and this is the only thing I'm going to be keeping from this whole lot that I bought today. And like I said, it was quite expensive. But if any of you know anything about these or do a little bit of research, these generally sell for sort of between 40 and there's quite a big gap. There's loads of different versions of the Pink Panther, so he's in different suits and that, but anything from 40 to £70 the vintage Pink Panther lamps can go for. So effectively I paid £20 for this, and I paid £5 for the plush. I was happy to pay that. We've given it a really good clean up because it was quite dusty, and you guys will be pleased to know that it works. It does work. The lady did tell me it worked and that she put a new bulb in it, but you can get a bit at boot sales. You're generally never going to see these people again unless they're doing stalls week in, week out. But it does work. It's going downstairs in our living room, and we're replacing this with a Godzilla we've currently got down there. So I don't particularly like it. There's a 1998 Godzilla money bank. My missus Nadine liked it for some reason, so it's ended up in our living room. But I'm not a fan of Godzilla 98, as a lot of you regulars would know. So yeah, that was like I said guys, I spent I think about £70, and a chunk of that was on this and the Mickey Mouse plush. But you know what guys, sometimes if you really like something, I'm a massive fan of the Pink Panther, I always have been, you don't mind paying a little bit more, and to be honest with you, if I decided that I didn't want this, I could resell it for, I'd probably double my money. I could probably get £40 to £50 on it, so it's not the end of the world. So that is it guys, that is it. It was a pretty good day, and from what I've seen on social media, on Instagram and some of the Facebook groups, I think quite a lot of people had good days today. Some of my pals messaged me, Rob and Rob, the two Robs, they seem to have had really good days. My friend Ken messaged me with loads of photos. He had a really good day, picked up some G.I. Joes. Rob picked up a bulk load of Ghostbusters. Other Rob picked up a load of He-Man. So there's still stuff out there guys. Unfortunately none of them guys do videos, as you know. Some of you guys do know them, and some of them have featured in my videos. Ken has been recently in the Chicago videos. Rob, I've done mask videos. Another Rob, I've done G.I. Joe Action Force videos with, but none of them are on YouTube doing their own channels, so it's a shame because you lot could have seen what they found. But yeah, I'm really pleased guys. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think. What's your favourite, what's the, you know, the best thing you think I found today? Has anyone got any knowledge on these X-Men comics? It would be nice. Apart from that guys, if anyone's interested in anything, to be honest with you, like I said, bar this little beauty here, everything is going to be eventually for sale, whether it ends up at shows or not. So in 2 weeks time I am at Sandown Park on Saturday the 17th of August. Now next week guys is obviously the most important day of the year for me, or potentially my life. Next Saturday I am getting married, so I don't have no plans to go to the boot sale on Sunday, not unless Nadine wants to get up with me after our wedding night and travel down there and look for some nice Mickey Mouses, because she collects Mickey Mouse. But otherwise yeah, there won't be no boot sale video next week. Now I did film at London Comic Con last week. I haven't had a chance to edit the video yet. I did get a little bit of me sort of meeting the celebrities and some of the celebrities, and it was really cool. It'll be a short video, it'll be like 10-15 minutes long, so I will try and get that out in the next week or so. But guys, to all the new subscribers as well, as to say hello, because I have got some new subs, and for all the old subscribers, thanks for the continued support. Now guys, don't forget, if you are watching this, I am on all social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter under Pizarro's Pieces. You will find me there. That is where I'm most active, Facebook and Instagram. So guys, until the next video, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed my boot sale finds, and until then, I'll see you all then.